So this rebrand to Depth, like most organizations, was obviously very important. Rebrands in esports tend to be very sensitive. More often than not, you've seen your favorite esports organization do a bad rebrand. Not to call out any names, but a lot of professional organizations have done that in the past. I'm sure we all know a few. So approaching this rebrand, we definitely treaded very carefully. We took about a month or so in production for this rebrand. We had several sketches to go through. And overall, it was just a very thought out process because we definitely wanted to avoid a bad rebrand like other past organizations. So it was definitely very thought out. And I got a lot of input from some members as well, because ultimately when it comes to an esports organization's rebrand, your community is obviously going to respond most to it. So what better to do than to get input from your community, you know? So that's exactly what I did here when it came to the rebrand with Depth. After we had like a rough draft of the final logo, I sent it over to a few of our members just to get their thoughts on it, and see what could possibly be fixed up. Thankfully, though, a lot of them did like the logo, so there wasn't too much to really be fixed there. But I did get some good opinions from a lot of varying members.
Hey guys, Mishy here. As you guys know, Depth did rebrand, and it is a very clean but still professional rebrand, and the logo looks phenomenal. As you guys know, our old logo was a sea serpent in the shape of a D, and it still has that same kind of vibe, but it's just way more clean. This is a very good rebrand because it's a step in the right direction as we keep growing in our community, and my opinions are just that it's amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better logo.
Hey guys, Jay from Depth Esports here. Just wanted to discuss our rebrand that just launched a few days ago and some of the key points to it and some of our thought process going into it. So I guess our main goal with this rebrand was to really simplify our logo and our designs. We wanted to keep the unique features of our original logo, but also make it, pop a little more and stand out. So we've kept the D shape in the logo, and then a big point of contention, we were flip-flopping between keeping the tail. We did decide keeping the tail, which I think was a great idea, and I think a lot of you have really liked the design choice that we went with. And then I guess our other idea was to really bring our color palette up to date and make it more of a striking look. With the more of the aqua and then the white that we've added in. I think this creates a little bit more of a striking effect, and it's really bold. So when you see it, it really does pop off the screen. So really hope you've enjoyed what we've done with the rebrand, and go Depth.
Yo, it's Clueless. I think if we added a lot more color variants, it would look so much better than it does now. I think they've done it very well, and it looks sick. That's what I would have done if I was going to make a logo. And the borders and stuff look sick as well. I think it's a very good upgrade.
So this rebrand was very important for us. As an amateur organization slowly transitioning into a professional organization, the brand has to look professional as well, obviously. The old logo was good and it was iconic. A lot of people really liked it. A lot of people also really didn't like it. But the fact of the matter is that we primarily did this rebrand so the brand would look a bit more professional. Like I said, the old logo was nice and people liked it, but it was messy and a bit too chaotic. Like if we compare the old logo to the current logo, it's way more simplified. The color is flat. Like the old logo had this gradient of like an aqua to this green color. The new logo has this flat aqua color and no like weird gradients or anything like that. And just having that nice flat color and the more simplified version, I think it definitely makes the brand look a lot more professional. And our logo is obviously super important when it comes to contacting like investors or possible new partners. So the logo is important in that aspect as well, where it has to look good for a possible sponsor to come in. Like if you have a really out there logo, I don't really have any examples, but if it's like really out there, a sponsor might be a bit hesitant to, come in and sponsor that organization. Not to say the old logo was like out there, but like I said, it was a bit chaotic. And I think if I'm a sponsor coming in looking to sponsor Depth, and I look at the logo versus the old one, I'll say, okay, this looks like a pretty professional logo. It looks like a professional organization just on the outside, so that's good. When it came to designing the logo, the biggest thing we had in mind is that we wanted to keep privilege to the old. We really like the idea of the old logo because, for one, it gives us a very clear mascot, and we can do a lot with a mascot in terms of marketing and brand growth. And it also, was relative to the brand, Depth. There was a D shape in the logo, sea serpent into a D. Some people would like to call it a fish, but in the end it was a sea serpent in the shape of a D. And we really liked that feature, so we wanted to do everything we could to kind of keep that same idea. And overall, I think keeping the same idea helps the community be more positive to the logo, because if we went and completely changed the logo from the past D sea serpent to like a shark that's not even relative to the word Depth or the letter D, it may get a bit of negative feedback from the community. So I think keeping the idea we had before was definitely the smart move here. And I think what we did and how we executed the new logo, I think we did that perfectly. Because we're still keeping privilege to the old logo. Like it's still the sea serpent. It looks more like a sea serpent now, I would say. Like I said, a lot of people would call the old logo fish. I think it looks a bit more sea serpentish now. And we still kept the D idea. I would say the D isn't as defined now, but you can still, if you really look hard, you can still see it's there. But for the most part, our beloved sea serpent that people love to call fish is still kicking, which I think is probably the most important aspect. So Evan originally was the person I contacted to do this logo. Looking at some of his past work, he did some really nice stuff. So I was like, you know what? I want to commission this guy to do our rebrand. So I contacted him. We sat in a call, and we brainstormed some ideas. And I told him like, hey, we want to keep the same idea of the old logo. What are some options available? And he came to me and said, this is a very unique project to do, but I think we can do something here. So he was able to brainstorm a bit and hit the labs, and he was ultimately able to come up with our new logo. And I think he did a phenomenal job of capturing what we had before, bringing that to the modern day Depth. So I would definitely recommend him to any people looking for branding or logo design or graphic design in general. He absolutely crushed this. So big shout out to Evan. The other big thing we changed with this rebrand was our brand colors. Previously, our colors were a bit messy, I would say. There wasn't really a defined primary color, I would say. We mainly just used like the green, the aqua, and a navy blue for the most part. Those were the three colors we used the most, with a little black and white mixed here and there. But with this new brand, this new Depth, this new logo, our colors are way more defined, and I think the colors are way more bold and unique. Our primary color has shifted to a very bright aqua, and this new bright aqua I think stands out way more. It makes the logo pop way more, which is really good. And I think it kind of captures the brand identities a bit more. It is an aqua color after all. The brand is called Depth. What do those both have a relation? They have a relationship with water. You get what I'm saying here. And then the secondary color is like a deeper, darker aqua, I would say. Well, like a toned down version of the primary color. But I think they complement each other a lot. For one, like the logo stands out a lot on the secondary color. That's definitely like something I wanted as well with this new logo, just to make it pop as much as possible, and I definitely think it does that. And when it came to the third color, white is just a super clean color. It fits well on almost anything, so you can't really go wrong with white. And if there's a fourth color, I'd probably just say it's black. It's kind of the same reasons for white. But yeah, ultimately, I really hope we can get to know this new logo and this new brand identity to Depth Esports, as we're going to be having this new brand and logo for a long time. Obviously, we don't plan on rebranding anytime soon after this. If we do rebrand again, it probably won't be for another 5 years, if that. But yeah, we really hope you enjoy this new logo. It's been a long time coming. We've talked about it for, a long time. And I hope you get to enjoy it as much as I do for the most part. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, to end this off, let us know what you think of the new logo. Let us know what you think of the new colors. Do you like the old version better? Do you like this new one better? But yeah, look forward to a lot of big stuff heading towards the future of Depth. 2021 is looking pretty epic. Epic poggers moment. That's what I'll say to that. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy the new brand.